And in our fifth slot, we have Eritrea Pitts. Come on up.
I was 7 when I witnessed tangible evidence that God was real. The 10 Commandments with Charles and Heston. I was seduced by that momentous scene where Moses is leading his people to freedom, but Ramses and his army are rapidly approaching them. And they are trapped, they're just surrounded by the Red Sea, nowhere to escape. Now, Dathan, the asshole of the group, stirs their vulnerability, telling them that, this God is a fraud, you're going to die. But Moses is defiant. He faces the water, stretches his arms out, and belts out, "The Lord of hosts will do a battle for us. Behold this mighty hand." And spoiler alert, he parts the Red Sea. I was in complete awe. Turning his staff into a snake was impressive, but this was fucking amazing. The next afternoon, I went outside and stretched my arms forward and addressed 2 trees. Trees move. Trees move. Trees move. And you know what? They did. Not only was God real, but he listened to me, and we were going to be best friends. When I was 10, I was a perfect target for every annoying prepubescent boy in my class. I had glasses, a big forehead, and wore button-knit sweaters in 90-degree New Orleans weather. Now, Nathaniel Daniel, who was a bigger dick than Dathan, enjoyed torturing me more than anyone. He used to take tunes of TV theme songs, and he would sing about my head. His favorite go-to was The Simpsons, and he would replace it with the forehead. You can laugh, it's fine. After months of his abuse, I had enough. God, can you please do something to Nathaniel? Nothing bad that he dies or his family dies or he gets really sick. Just enough pain for him to feel it. The next day, Nathaniel accidentally stapled his finger. I never told him I made that happen. After a couple of more minor retributions with my bullies, I decided to play fair. And stop using my very close relationship with God to get even with them. As I transitioned into adulthood, my relationship with God evolved to a confidant, a force that listens with no judgment, loves unconditionally, and was with me always. 7 months ago, I got a call from my sister that our mom was in a hospital and that she booked a flight for me to return back to New Orleans right away. 5 months ago, I moved to Chicago prior to that call. She was diagnosed with Guillain-Barré, a rare disorder that causes your immune system to attack your nerves, leaving her paralyzed, and stage 4 ovarian cancer. This was a woman that I never saw sick, ate well, physically active, never drank or smoked or even took an aspirin, was now in an ICU unit, hooked to a ventilator, fighting for her life. Surprising to many, I was optimistic. I prayed, meditated, repeated healing affirmations. But when days became weeks, and weeks became months, and I'm standing there next to her hospital bed as a bystander to her pain, her weakness, her delirium, the IV line, the feeding tubes, dependency on a device that was giving her oxygen. It was challenging to feel his presence. Despite massive support from my sister and close friends and family, I felt alone. I found myself in a bathroom calling out to him. But this time I wasn't asking for any favors. Just, how am I going to get through this? After 3 months in a hospital and 5 weeks in a rehab facility, my mom is home. I'm her caretaker. She is amazingly doing well to the astonishment of her doctors and therapists. And lately I've been reflecting, how did we survive that? A lot of love, prayer, and trust in my very best friend. Thank you.